My first crush moved away 10 years ago. I thought I'd never see her again. But then she walked into my classroom and she didn't recognize me. Let me tell you how I got my heart broken twice by the same girl, 10 years apart. It was a regular Tuesday morning, Psychology 201. I was half asleep, drinking terrible cafeteria coffee, and then the door opened. She walked in late, apologizing to the professor for being new. Her voice. I knew that voice, even after 10 years. I looked up, and my entire world stopped. Kira Parker, my childhood best friend, my first crush, the girl who moved away when we were 10 years old. She was standing there in my classroom 10 years later, and she was even more beautiful than I remembered. Hold on, before we go on, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss what is coming next. I was 10 years old. Kira Parker was my best friend in the entire world. We did everything together. Walked to school, sat next to each other in class, played at recess. We were inseparable. Kira had wild, curly red hair in 2 braids, bright green eyes, freckles everywhere. She was loud, confident, fearless, and everything I wasn't. I was quiet, shy, long, straight black hair I always hid behind, dark brown eyes. I barely talked to anyone except Kira, but with Kira, I could be myself. I remember when older kids picked on me at recess, Kira marched right up to them and said, "She has me, and I'm worth 10 of you. Now leave her alone." She grabbed my hand and pulled me away. That's when it started. The feelings I was too young to name. We had this tradition. Every Friday after school, we'd go to the park. There was a big oak tree with a tire swing. We'd take turns pushing each other. One Friday in October, Kira jumped off the swing into a pile of leaves. She grabbed my hand and said, "Maya, you're my best friend in the whole world. Best friends forever, right?" I squeezed her hand. Best friends forever. 2 weeks later, Kira came to school crying. She found me at lunch and said, "We're moving. My dad got a new job in Seattle next month." My whole world shattered. We sat in the corner of the cafeteria holding hands, both crying. Her last day, we went to the park one final time. We sat on the tire swing together. Kira made us friendship bracelets, red and black thread. She tied one on my wrist. I tied one on hers. She said, "So we don't forget." She hugged me tight and whispered, "You're everything to me, Maya." I said, "You're everything to me, too." The next day, she was gone. We wrote letters for a while, but we were kids. Life moved on. The letters stopped. We lost touch. I never forgot her, though. I wore that friendship bracelet until it fell apart. I kept the pieces in a box. As I got older, I understood what those feelings were. I'd been in love with her. At 10 years old, I'd been in love with my best friend. I dated other people in high school, but nobody ever felt like Kira. I wondered about her sometimes, what she looked like now, if she remembered me, but I never tried to find her. I was too scared. And then she walked into my psychology class. Kira looked different, but the same. Red hair, longer now, loose around her shoulders instead of braids. Still had freckles, those green eyes. She was taller, wearing a green flannel and jeans. Professor Chen said, "This is Kira Parker, transferring from University of Washington. Find a seat anywhere." Kira's eyes scanned the room, looking for a seat. Her eyes passed right over me. She didn't recognize me. I guess I understood why. I looked completely different. My hair was short now, just below my ears. I dressed in all black, dark makeup. I wasn't that quiet girl with long black hair anymore, but I'd recognize her anywhere. Kira found a seat. I spent the entire class staring at the back of her head. Should I talk to her after class? Tell her who I am? Would she even remember me? The class ended. Kira headed for the door. I had to decide right now. I grabbed my bag and caught up to her in the hallway. I tapped her shoulder. She turned. Those green eyes met mine. I opened my mouth. No words came out. She smiled politely and said, "Hey, did I drop something?" My heart broke. She really didn't know. I finally spoke. "No, I'm in your class. I thought I'd introduce myself. I'm Maya." I said my name clearly, hoping it would click. She extended her hand. Nice to meet you, Maya. I'm Kira. She said it like we were strangers. I shook her hand. Her hand still fit perfectly in mine. She said, "This campus is huge. You don't happen to know where the student center is?" I could tell her. I should tell her, but something stopped me. So I said, "Yeah, I can show you." We walked across campus together. Kira was talking, asking about classes. I was answering on autopilot. She had the same laugh, the same energy. We reached the student center. She said, "Thanks, Maya. You're really nice. Maybe I'll see you around." I wanted to scream, "It's me! Don't you remember me?" But I just smiled. "Yeah, see you around." Kira and I started hanging out. It happened naturally. We had class together twice a week. We'd get coffee after. She thought we were new friends. I was falling in love with her all over again. And honestly, if you've ever kept a secret from someone you care about, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. Because what happened next almost destroyed us before we even had a chance. We'd been hanging out for 2 weeks when she mentioned her childhood. We were at a coffee shop. She said, "You know what's weird? I used to live on the East Coast as a kid. We moved when I was 10. I had this best friend. We were inseparable." My heart stopped. I kept my voice casual. "What happened?" She looked sad. "We lost touch. I don't even know if she remembers me." I asked her, "Do you remember her name?" She smiled. "Maya. Her name was Maya. Same as you, actually." She said it like it was just a coincidence. I almost told her, but she kept talking. She was my best friend. I wonder what happened to her, or if she ever thinks about me. I said softly, "I'm sure she thinks about you." One night, about a month after she transferred, we were studying in her dorm. She showed me her art on her laptop. One painting stopped me cold. A park, an oak tree, a tire swing, autumn leaves. Our park, our tree. I stared at it. I couldn't breathe. Kira said, "You okay?" I managed, "This painting, it's beautiful. What is it?" She looked sad. "A place from my childhood. My best friend and I used to go there every Friday. It's one of my best memories." She painted our park. She remembered. That's when I knew I had to tell her. It was almost November, 10 years since Kira moved away. I found a park near campus with a tire swing. Not our exact park, but close enough. I texted Kira, "Want to hang out Friday? I found a cool park." She replied, "Sure, I love parks." Just like old times. Friday came. I was more nervous than I had ever been. In my bag was a photo, the only one I had of us as kids. At the park, on the tire swing, both grinning. I'd kept it all these years. I met Kira outside her dorm. We walked to the park. Kira was talking about her art class. I was rehearsing what I'd say. We got to the park. It was empty. Late afternoon, golden light, leaves changing colors. Kira saw the tire swing and stopped. Her face went pale. She walked toward it slowly. She touched the swing. She said softly, "This is just like..." I said, "Just like your park. I know." She turned, confused. "How did you... I never told you about the swing." This was it. I pulled out the photo. My hands were shaking. "Because I was there, Kira. I've always been here." She took the photo, stared at it. 2 little girls on a tire swing, one with curly red hair in braids, one with long black hair. She looked at the photo, then at me, then back. Her hands started shaking. This is me. And this is..." I said, "It's me. I'm your Maya, Kira. I've always been your Maya." Her eyes went wide. She whispered, "You've known this whole time?" I nodded, tears falling. "I'm sorry. I should have told you right away. I was scared. You didn't recognize me and I panicked." Kira was crying. "Didn't recognize you? Maya, I thought about you every day. I tried to find you, but I only knew your first name." She stepped toward me. "I wrote you letters for 3 years, even after you stopped writing back." My heart shattered. "I never bought them. I thought you'd forgotten me." She was crying harder. "Forgotten you, Maya? You were my first everything. My first best friend. My first love." I couldn't breathe. "Kira," she said, "and now you're here. "You've been here this whole time, and I didn't even see you." I said, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Kira grabbed my hands, both of them. She was staring at me, tears streaming. "Let me look at you. Really look at you." She touched my short hair, then my face. She said, "It's you. It's really you, your eyes. How did I not see it?" I was crying. "I should have told you." She shook her head. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I moved. I'm sorry I lost touch. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you." We were both sobbing. She pulled me into a hug, the tightest hug. I hugged her back. She still fit perfectly. She whispered, "I missed you so much, every single day." I said, "I missed you too. I never stopped." When we pulled back, we were both a mess, but smiling. Kira said, "That day at the park, our last day, you said I was everything to you. Did you mean it the way I meant it?" My heart pounded. "How did you mean it?" She took a breath. "I meant that I loved you. I didn't understand it then, but looking back, I know. I was in love with you, Maya. I've been in love with you for 10 years. I couldn't believe it. I said, yes, I meant it the same way. I loved you then. And Kira, I never stopped. I've been in love with you for 10 years. Kira's eyes filled with tears. She was smiling. She said, "So we've both been in love with each other for 10 years? I laughed through tears. I guess we're idiots. She laughed too. The biggest idiots. Kira said, "Can I kiss you? I've waited long enough." I nodded. She cupped my face and kissed me, soft and sweet, and felt like coming home, like every missing piece sliding into place. When we pulled apart, we were crying again, happy tears. Kira pressed her forehead to mine. "Best friends forever, remember?" I smiled. "Best friends forever and something more." She laughed. "Definitely something more." That was 3 months ago. Kira and I are together now, really together. We're making up for lost time. Every day feels like a gift. She repainted her park painting, this time with 2 girls, holding hands. One with short black hair, one with long red hair. She titled it Found Again. I got new bracelets made, red and black thread, just like the originals. This time, we're never losing them. We're never losing each other. Last weekend, we went back to that park, sat on the tire swing together. Kira said, "What are the odds we'd find each other again?" I said, "I don't think it was odds. It was fate. We were always meant to find our way back." She kissed me. "I'm glad you didn't tell me right away." I looked at her surprised. "Why?" She said, "Because I got to fall in love with you twice. Once as kids, and now as adults. That's pretty special." I smiled. "When you put it that way," she grinned. "Plus, now I have this story about how my girlfriend kept a secret for a month. I'm never living that down, am I?" She said, "Never, but I forgive you." So yeah, my first crush moved away 10 years ago. I thought I'd lost her forever. But she came back, and she remembered, and she loved me too, the whole time. Sometimes the best love stories take 10 years to finish. Sometimes the person you're meant to be with has been with you all along. Sometimes the universe gives you a second chance, and this time, I'm not letting her go. Best friends forever, and this time, forever is really forever. So if you made it to the end of our story, do me a favor. Hit that like button if this made you feel something. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from and if you believe in second chances. And if you want more GL love stories like this one, go ahead and subscribe because I've got more emotional journeys coming your way. Thanks for listening to our story.